What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another beer review. Super excited about today's beer. I'll get to why in just a minute. But today's beer is another collaboration beer, this time between Casita Brewing Company out of Wilson, North Carolina, and Bond Brothers Beer Company from Cary, North Carolina. This is their Ryan and Whit's Wicked Ale. So, a little bit about this beer. It says Ryan and Whit's Wicked Ale, beer brewed with the finest European barley and purest American Willamette hops, coming in at 5% ABV. So it doesn't really say on here what style of beer it is, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be an American brown ale. Why? Because some of you old school beer guys might know this or have recognized this label. This is their homage to Pete's Wicked Ale. The label is almost exactly like the first label that was on Pete's Wicked Ale before, and they've gone through a whole bunch of label changes, but this was almost an identical representation of their first label. Right here, where it says Ryan and Whit's Wicked Ale, it said Pete's Wicked Ale. Right here where Ryan and Whit are hanging out was a picture of Pete Schlossberg's, the founder of Pete's Wicked, his dog, Millie. It was an English Bull Terrier right in that area. The wording on here, right here, says hand brewed by beer enthusiasts from the purest water, malt, hops, and yeast for the discerning and deserving beer drinker. That is verbatim what was on the original label. Also up here where it says canned by Casita, that's where it said canned by Pete's Wicked. They got a little Latin stuff going on right down here, which, if my Latin's not too rusty, it says beware the trees. Down there for the Pete's thing, it said something like beware of the resting or nesting dog, something like that. Hence why they had a dog. His dog was on there. Makes sense. 16 fluid ounces. Didn't come in a can back then, so it said 12 ounces for the bottle. This particular one has a canned on date of 5/11/23, so about a month in the can at the time of review. So Pete's Wicked beers were around. The company started in '86 and ran throughout the '90s, 2000s. Pete's Wicked actually won Best Ale at the 1997 and 1998 GABF, but it was also around that time, I think it was '98, where Pete ended up selling the company to the Gambrinus company, and rumors they ended up changing some of the recipes. Sales started to decline. So in 2011, unfortunately, the Pete's Wicked Ales ceased to exist, which really sucks because that was kind of one of the beers and beer companies that I kind of grew up on in my beer journey when I first started out. I love Pete's Wicked. They made an outstanding Oktoberfest, really good winter ale as well, and a really good red. So yeah, sucks to see that they're gone, but I'm so glad that you got brewers now who are willing to step up and say, hey, let's give our take on some of these old school beers that aren't around anymore. I think I dig that. Much kudos and props to them. The original Pete's clocked in at 5.3%, so this coming in at 5%, right on the money. I'm cool with it. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. Oh yeah, she's a brown. And a dirty glass. Awesome. Yeah, pours just like a brown ale. big head on this guy. So yeah, holding it up to the light. Definitely, you got your brown. Coming off a little darker on camera than it is here. I mean, it looks like just your typical brown ale. I mean, just amber in color, dark amber. Good 2 fingers worth of kind of a off-white, creamy type head. Nice bubblings going on there. Medium to small bubbleage. Looks really, really nice. American brown ale. That differs a little bit from your English browns and your nut brown ales. American browns are typically a little bit more bitter than the English style ones. So let's get a nose in her. Oh, that smells amazing. Definitely nice roastiness, nice maltiness coming through on this. I am picking up maybe it's like caramel or toffee going on in there. Yeah, a nice roasty malt, just ever present. Some of those sweet toffee notes. It smells incredible. I'm jumping in. Cheers. That's really nice. Yeah. You get those malts straight up coming through there. About midway, some of that sweetness comes in. A nice little toffee note. What I didn't expect is there's a slight coffee note coming in as that sweetness kind of, those sweet toffee notes kind of fade. A nice like coffeeness, a little coffee comes in around the sides. Finishes slightly bitter, as I would expect from this style of beer. Yeah, that's really good. I really wish I still had a Pete's here to kind of compare and contrast, but as far as this goes, I mean, and from what I can remember, this is pretty spot on. Just a medium to light body, decent amount of carbonation. I'm really digging that kind of transition between those sweet caramel notes into that coffee, finishing with a little bitterness. That's really good. Kudos to you guys. I'm a fan. I know brown ales aren't really, very big popular style. Everybody gushes over, but it's one of the styles that I really kind of grew up on, and I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for a good brown ale, and this one fits that bill. It's really, really good. Coming in at $3.99 a can. I'm heading back to the store, pick up a 4-pack or so. This is something that I want to have on just for those days that I just want a nice, easy drinking, lower ABV brown ale that, I mean, it just hits the marks. It's really good. And, like I said, it's not one of those styles that like everybody gushes over, but they did a knockout job of this. There's roastiness, that sweetness to that coffee. That's a nice touch. I really, really dig that. And the nice bitter kind of peppery finish, probably coming from those woman hops. I really dig that. Yeah, winner in my book. As far as distribution goes, I'm not sure. Both North Carolina breweries. I'm pretty sure Casita still does some self-distribution stuff, so I don't know how far it gets, maybe to some of the surrounding states, but definitely I know throughout North Carolina, this beer gets distributed Have you had this beer? Let me know what you think about it. It's spot on. It's really, really good. I really dig it. But if you don't, let me know. If you've had any other beers from either Casita or Bond Brothers, let me know what you thought about those. I really hope that, or wish, I can't say hope, but I really wish that a lot of brewers and breweries out there would follow suit in this and say, hey, what are some of those beers that are no longer produced anymore that, you know, either people like or kind of like we grew up on? Hey, let's give it a shot. Let's try and see if we can replicate that. That would be really cool in my book. Let me know what you think about that thought down in the comments below too. Killed this one. I'm going to enjoy the rest of it. Hope you find one to enjoy as well. Cheers.